Boom shakalaka. Will we have a Rocktober or a rektober as this one historic Bitcoin signal, massive bullish signal flashing for the first time in Bitcoin's history? Stay tuned. What's up, everyone? Randall here from Crypto Love. Bitcoin right now sitting on the precipice, this 280 weekly moving average. Not a good level for Bitcoin, completing this head and shoulders that generally would indicate the price would go down to about $13,500. October is coming up. Historically, October is the best month for Bitcoin. So you have to ask yourself this year, are we going to have a Rocktober? Or are we going to have a Shocktober and then a Rektober? Or maybe a Rectember, or a Rec December, or a Rec January, or just a Rec 2023. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Come join us over on Twitter at @TheCryptoLove. Push the like button. Let's get into it. Today, extreme fear, hovering the same area for the past few days. It was 23, 23, now 22. The overall market up 1% today. Bitcoin at 19,209, Ethereum at 1290, BNB at 268, XRP 42 cents, Cardano 45 cents, Solana $32, and Dogecoin 5 cents. And like I was saying, October, historically, very good month for Bitcoin. With this small caveat, historically, the great months for Bitcoin, like April, have not been that great this year. So this could be kind of an off year for Bitcoin. If we take a look at Bitcoin right now, forming this bearish head and shoulders pattern, likely predicting price going down to $13,500. But if you stay tuned to the end, I'm going to show you a chart that will blow your mind. This massive buy signal just flashing right now that potentially could send Bitcoin historically. So a lot of the price action recently over the past few days, maybe the past week, was based on the Fed decision to raise 100 BPS. Well, even if they were, however much they've raised it, but even though they did, even 100 BPS raise, they would still be further behind the curve than any other time in decades. You can see this orange line, the Fed funds, that far behind the blue line, the bonds rate. This would be the largest gap in decades. It's never been that big before. So clearly, they're failing. It's not working. But if we take a look at Bitcoin where it is right now, well, we have this deep value price model toolkit. Now, what does deep value mean? That means you're buying Bitcoin at a discount. Generally, when people don't care about Bitcoin, when they're not paying attention to it, when they're talking about war and quantitative tightening and all this other stuff, you can buy Bitcoin at amazing discounts. Right now, Bitcoin is under the realized price. It's just about the balanced price. The extreme value at 15,701. The coin value days destroyed at 14,614. The delta price at 13,266. And the lifetime SMA at $8,391. Let's hope it doesn't go down that low. But, it could, particularly based on this. But right now, 48.1% of the Bitcoin supply is sitting in profit. That means more than half of the circulating Bitcoin supply is sitting in loss underwater. Like Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy's average Bitcoin price, $30,000 underwater. That's over 9.8 million Bitcoin underwater. And as you can see, we're in the same territory we've been in previously. In 2019, it was 38.9. In 2020, it was 43. Now we're at 48. And I don't know if you can do the math here, but this is about 5%. And guess what? That's about 5% also. If we take a look at this, we just had a repeating of a bearish pattern, a bearish engulfing candle that did set the bottom in 2019. Well, we just had the same thing happen once again, a bearish engulfing candle that potentially could have set the bottom in 2022. We have similarities across the board. We do not believe a lower level down. History keeps repeating itself over and over and over again. We have dip 1, 2, 3, and then double, triple bottom down there before blasting off. Well, we have dip 1, 2, 3, potentially same type of thing before blasting off because we're getting very, very close to this resistance level, the line in the sand. And if you take a look at Bitcoin macro structures, this is some pretty crazy stuff. Follows the same false break, breakout, first retest, second retest, markup. So if we take a look, we have the false break to the bottom. We have a breakout above. We have the first retest. We have the second retest before price goes parabolic. Well, we had this back in 2012. False bottom, breakout, first, second retest. Then we had it again in 2016. False bottom, breakout, first retest, second retest. Check this out. We've had a multi-year one going on here where we had false breakout with the COVID bottom, breakout in 2021. Guess what? First retest, second retest, before potentially sending it amazingly high. We also have this flat bottom consolidation volume analysis. When Bitcoin's formed pre-rally consolidations, the bottom support has been touched a few times with decreased volume each time. This indicates progressively lesser and lesser selling pressure at the same time has happened over and over again. So if we take a look at 2021, look, touching bottom, 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 sell pressure going down. And again, we have here touching bottom, 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 sell pressure going down. We have touching bottom, 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 sell pressure going down. Just echoing once again each time after we had a little bit of a rally. And everybody wants to buy the bottom. That's right. But at the bottom, nobody's paying attention and everybody's scared it's going lower, which is kind of the exact opposite of the top, where nobody's scared and everybody's convinced it's going higher. Well, the Bitcoin log curves oscillator has been very accurate in the top for marking in the past for marking the tops. Note that highs always go lower, but the price goes higher. So you can see here the highs get lower and lower. The lows also get lower and lower on the Bitcoin log curves oscillator. But notice the levels that they're forming, and we are pretty much in line for another bottom happening where we are. Even better charts, most wish they bought the bottom of the bear, but those thoughts only come in hindsight and usually to folks nowhere near the space when the bottom was being made. If we take a look at the RSI, we have this very nice RSI downtrend respecting the bottom line there on the downtrend. Historically, every time it's touched that area, that has been the bottom. Why would this time be different? I don't know, but if you don't trust that one, we could take a look at the 9-year weekly OBV channel. Again, Bitcoin is sitting on the bottom. Historically, every time Bitcoin has touched the bottom, that has been a bottom for Bitcoin price. But quantitative tightening and recessions and war and energy crisis, and it could happen. I have no idea. But check out this chart. So if you guys have ever used Market Cipher, which is CryptoFace's tool for taking a look at markets, whenever there's a green dot, when there's a small one, like we saw back here in February 2019, that's a good buy indicator. Like had you have bought then, you would have bought pretty much the bottom in 2019. Or had you have bought one of these from 2015 to 2016, you would have bought pretty much the bottom in 2015, 2016. Well, not only do we have a small one, but we also have a large green dot right now, suggesting that this could be an absolutely historic buy opportunity for Bitcoin, one that we haven't seen yet before. Noted this is on 3-week candles. So, will we have Rocktober? Will we have Rektober, Shocktober, not Blocktober? I don't know what else rhymes with that, but who knows, because it's kind of a coin flip at this point, but a lot of charts are pointing towards up. So, that's all for today's video. If you did enjoy it, push the like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.